The retrieval and processing of the deceased following a disaster is often slow, inefficient, inhumane and degrading, creating a highly traumatic and stressful environment for everyone involved. With every disaster comes death, sometimes in the hundreds of thousands. Many of these victims are unaccounted for and unidentified, ending up in mass burial pits, which is not humane and has to stop. The disaster casket is a more dignified alternative to the body bag, designed to make the process easier and more efficient while greatly reducing trauma. So how does it work? Once located, the body is placed inside the casket and the integrated body sheet is zipped up. Any fluid that may leak out of the body is absorbed by the protein absorbing layer. The body is then transported, stored and identified while inside of the casket. This is made easy by multiple carrying positions and an integrated stack and nest mechanism. Once identified, the deceased is then returned to loved ones or their local community. If identification, however, is unsuccessful, the body can be buried with dignity in the disaster casket due to its biodegradable properties. I will now take you through some of the key features of the disaster casket. The casket is made from polypropylene with a biodegradable additive. I wanted to make it as light as I could for storage and transportation purposes, so ribs have been incorporated to give the casket strength and structure. Another important feature for storage and transportation is the ability for the casket to stack in one rotation and nest in the other, meaning it takes up less space when not in use and can stack when occupied by a body. Taking a look inside the casket, we can see a small ledge. This is where the body sheet will be heat welded into place. The protein absorbing layer is placed in the bottom of the tray to absorb any fluids. This is important as it keeps the inside of the casket cleaner so the body can be viewed and worked on easier with less trauma involved. The lip of the casket acts as a handle, allowing for multiple carrying positions. The cutouts you see on the corners of the casket are there for a person's shoulders, allowing the casket to be carried easier over long distances. The body sheet itself is a non-woven polyethylene with a biodegradable additive. The C-shaped zip allows for easy access to the body, and the silent zip has been added to help reduce trauma. The reason for this is during my research I found many nurses suffered post-traumatic stress when hearing a zip as a result of working with body bags. In terms of manufacturing, I designed the casket so it could be either thermoformed or injection molded, depending on run sizes. I am also currently looking into alternative processes such as rotational molding and alternative materials such as pulp cardboard or wood. The way the deceased are handled and processed has to be improved. We try to overlook these problems as they are highly upsetting, but without tackling them, the upset will just carry on. The disaster casket, because death should be dignified.